about 1,500 leased acres and 500 owned acres. So some of those pastures I'll graze once in an entire year and then give it an entire year rest.
Why is that?
Well, a couple of reasons why. Soil health is the biggest one. Many of these plants need to have a full lifetime cycle. So they need to go to full maturity, make seed, go back to dormant before they're impacted again.
Yeah, can you actually explain the cycle?
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, so plant physiology is plants, just like most animals, including humans, live for one thing, and that's reproduction. Like your whole reason for existence is to make whatever means it is that you're going to reproduce. So whether it's a seed or a fruit that has a seed in it, or like in animals, to mate and have offspring. So all of these plants are working just as quickly as they can to make a seed, and then once the seed is done, then they make leaves to make sugars that they then pull down into the roots and store till the timing and the conditions are right for them to start that cycle again. In conventional agriculture, and even in conventional cattle ranching, pastures get grazed at the same time every year.
Right.
Because for us, conventional cattlemen go to the mountains, go to Forest Service or BLM grazing allotments all summer. And then in the fall, they come back and they graze those pastures right to the dirt because there's nowhere else for them to go. If during the summer there was enough irrigation water that they're able to make hay on those pastures, they'll make hay, export all the nutrients and feed them in a feedlot, or sometimes spread them back out on the fields. Whereas many of the fields that we're on, and also the native grass pastures, so like the native type, the warm season grasses that grow in our pinyon and juniper forests, are looking at very specific times of years to do that. Some of them will do it in the heat of the summer. Some of them will do it first thing when it warms up in the spring, and some of them will do it when it cools down in the fall. That's how they do their whole life cycle. So if you graze those either continuously, like some people do, or specifically when that variety of grass or legume or forb, weed, whatever, is trying to grow, you stunt it back and it never gets the opportunity to put the sugars back in the roots and prepare for the next time. But that's also the way that we manage weeds. So if you have certain kinds of weeds that you're trying to knock down, we will graze them when those weeds are at their most rapidly reproducing time, their most rapidly growing time. Two reasons. Number one, they're the most nutritious for the cattle. And number two, we're going to stunt them because we're going to shut off their growth, shut off their photosynthesis to where they're really going to struggle to go to seed or to send out rhizomes or however they reproduce.
Right.
And if we do that multiple years in a row, we could actually nearly eradicate different kinds of weeds. And our cows are trained to eat everything because they're only in a pasture for a certain amount of time, except for now in the fall when things have gone fall dormant. We can graze them pretty hard, knowing that those pastures are going to have all winter to rest, all spring, and they won't be back on probably till next fall.
And then is there any weeds or anything that would really make a cow sick or even kill them?
There are. So you have like world milkweed is one that will kill cattle. What it does is it actually binds to the red blood cells in their blood and doesn't allow them to uptake oxygen, and it also has it affects their brain, and so we have a lot of world milkweed around, but typically the cows, I don't know if it's the taste or if there's something about it that they won't choose to eat it unless that's all that's left for them to eat, and that's a lot of the weeds are like that. Larkspur, which is a beautiful purple flower that they will have in the mountains, is also super deadly, but they have to eat enough quantity of it to kill them. It's another blood poisoning. And usually when you get into that is when that's the thing that's growing and choiciest, and the cows will eat it because the grass will be dry around it. So they typically will try and time turn out on the pastures that have that until after it's already went to flower, then went to seed, then it's not as poisonous. But those two, world knapweed or world milkweed and larkspur, are the two big killers in this part of the country.